Hi, everyone, and welcome to your Animal Spirit Guide reading for October, or it's also timeless. Anytime you see this video, the message will be for you at that time, but I'm technically recording it for the month of October. So we are going to have 3 piles today. Pile 1, which is Rosary, number 43. Pile 2, Apple of My Eye, number 2, and pile 3, Coven, number 9. It's amazing that all of these cards have come out. Again, in a deck of, I think it's 44 cards, these cards have come out numerous times over the readings that I've been doing since I've been using my Halloween deck, right? Which I'm so excited to be using my different Halloween decks for the month of October. So, having said all that, let's get right into your reading. So whatever card artwork, whatever number, or whatever title calls to you is the pile that you're meant to choose. If you feel called to more than one, you can certainly watch more than one because there could be messages for you in both. All right, let's get right into it. I'll see you in a moment. Hi to those of you who chose pile 1, which is Rosary, or number 43 with this card. We're going to save this for the end and come back and take a look at it, okay? But for right now, I'm going to get into your other cards. We have overall energy, which also has messages in it for you. We have tarot and oracle, and then we have live tarot and oracle at the end for confirmation, clarification, additional guidance, or energies that may be coming in and around you this month or whenever it is that you see it, okay? So first card out, we have Deer with love. And these could be individual messages for you. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. So right now, this is really a message, I believe, of self-love, right? And when we think of deer, they are just gentle creatures, really. And they want you to be literally gentle with yourself, as it says right here. Maybe there's something that's happened in your life just recently that you need to maybe have some healing from, something that was difficult to go through, something that was very upsetting, or something, whether that be sad or angry. And they want you, rather than focusing on the negative, they want you to see the light in everything, right? Because if you stay in that fear, that energy of fear and anger and hostility and upset and retaliation, okay, holding a grudge, that isn't going to help you move forward to heal. So they want you to focus on all of the positive things, okay? And acknowledge your self-worth and grace. So for any of you that were having issues even with being worthy, being good enough, or feeling that you're not good enough, then this is a message for you. It's time to work on that feeling, I want to say, because it really is a feeling, isn't it, when you feel worthless or you're not feeling self-love. So there's some messages for some of you. I always say it could be one of those lines. It could be this card. It could be what's in these cards. It'll be different for everyone, all right? Let's get into first card out here. We have Crow Spirit, Co-Create with Spirit, and the World. What I want to say here is it's time for you to connect to, and when we say spirit, we mean God, source, universe, whoever it is that you go to for your higher power and guidance. It could be your angels, your animal spirit guides. It could be the fairies. It could be your ancestors, okay? So what they want to do when it says co-create with spirit, I love ravens because they see big picture because they're able to fly, right? They're very intelligent. And what I feel here is that you're coming to an end of a cycle in your life. Okay, one chapter is closing in your life. Maybe it has something to do with what we were talking about here. For others of you, it can be something completely different. But moving forward, which we have an 8 here, which is forward movement, which is working hard, which is being disciplined, which is evolving, okay? They want you to go to them and speak to them, listen to them. What is it that you can create together? I think they have some really great ideas for you, Pile 1. It's just a matter of you sitting quietly, we can call it meditation if you like, and listening to the messages that come through on what steps, what new adventure really should you start next. Next card out is Panda. Stay balanced and in your essence. This card, I love it because it has the archangels. So there's Archangel Mary, Jophiel, and Sandalphon. Wow, those are three of the big guns in the archangels, okay? They want you to stay balanced because think about it. When you're down here, and you're not seeing things in light, when you need healing, if you're not being gentle with yourself, showing yourself compassion and kindness and self-care and self-love, you're not in balance. And when you're not in balance, it makes it hard to, one, hear messages coming in from spirit, okay? It also just throws everything out. They want you to shine your light here. They want your heart chakra to be open, so that you can help others, be of service to others. They want you to stay in your high vibrational energy. What card do we have to go with it? The Star. Yes. Okay, perfect. You are meant, I said, to let your light shine, to open up your heart chakra. You're meant to be seen. Now, does that mean, worldwide? Does it mean in your own community, even within your own family or groups or friends, whatever it is, in your office place or your work? There is something where you're meant to shine. And is that just showing an open heart chakra where you are leading by love and you are leading by a balanced ego and emotional state, right? They're working together, not opposing one another. And that is you leading by example, okay? Maybe that is where you are meant to shine, Pile 2. If that resonates with you, maybe it's something that you've been thinking strongly about. Maybe it's something you already do. And if so, keep doing it. This is the message of confirmation of you're on the right track. Next card out, we have Sea Otter with Transformation. And the Ace of Pumpkins. We've been talking about transformation here, the way you treat and love yourself and care for yourself, coming to the ending of one cycle and starting something new. Being the person that maybe if you aren't already doing it, that's going to show to lead by example. And that's what the transformation is. It could be a transformation also that has to do with what you do for work or how you earn your money, because it is pumpkins, which is pentacles in this deck. So maybe this is a new financial opportunity, a new job or career opportunity coming up for you. Maybe this is a message for you to upgrade your skills for whatever reason. All of you are going to do different things. So it literally can apply to any area of your life where you would upgrade your skills to be able to take it to the next level. All right. So that may be an important message for some of you. Next, we have Seagull. Now is the time for deep emotional healing. I love that this card has come out. Wow. With the deer over here talking about a time to heal, showing love to yourself. Okay. With the Knight of Ghosts, which is the Knight of Cups. So again, the Knight of Cups can certainly talk about love and romance. It also talks about being a humanitarian, okay? So that could tie into up here where you're going to help others. And maybe even over here it has something to do with you co-creating with spirit. But for these two cards together right here in this space, I want to say this is you again showing compassion, love, gentleness, and nurturing to yourself. Because for some of you, you've experienced something that's kind of maybe thrown you for a loop, or I don't know, it's been maybe a bit trying or downright difficult, and there is some healing that needs to happen. And healing could mean where you finally decide, when you acknowledge your self-worth and your grace, where, yeah, you're no longer thinking of yourself as not worthy. You still need to heal that. You need to acknowledge it, right? Work through it and let it go. And that's where the healing comes in. You acknowledge it, you work through it, and you let it go. Now, I said we were going to come back to this card, which is Rosary. Now, what it says on the card, sometimes this is in rhyme and riddle, sometimes it just makes perfect sense to me, but it says, craft your skills with intentions. Repeat it. A practice of magic powered by purpose. Well, I like that because basically this is someone who is sitting, right, meditating, sitting quietly with themselves, taking in the wisdom to be able to listen when you're co-creating with spirit. What do they need you to hear? And they want you to, I want to say, attack, go after whatever it is, be it here, or in any of these situations, even in the healing, with purpose. Not just, I feel sad, I need to heal. I feel sad because this is a lesson I've learned. Now I need to heal that. I need to release it and let it go. So this is about having purpose with what it is that you're doing. So I love that card coming out for you. I'm glad that this is the one. You never know, because I go through them all and I actually create all the piles first, and then I pick the deck when I'm doing it by cards of which deck I want to have as the the card that you choose out at the beginning in the pick of piles. So let's look at tarot now. We have tarot and an oracle here left. Let's get some tarot for clarification, confirmation, further guidance. Maybe. Pile 1, this is a beautiful message for you this month. Really enjoy it. If you are enjoying these beautiful animal cards and my Halloween decks, of course, please give me a thumbs up. It helps with my channel. Or if you want to leave a comment or an emoji showing that, I would be forever grateful. But let's get 3 cards here. I've got my Tarot Familiars deck, which I love. There's some really cute animals in here too. Look, out came the Knight of Cups again. You guys, I just really feel that this is really calling on you to have the wisdom to really take the time to show yourself love, compassion, caring, nurturing, as I've already spoken about here, I know. But I feel like when cards start coming out in duplicate, they're really trying to drive this message home to you, okay? And also, again, because I am putting it here, we can also say, don't be afraid when you're co-creating with spirit. They know you. Your higher self knows you and who you really are. What creative endeavors could you maybe step out on? Using your imagination, right? So think of that as well. It can have dual meaning. Let's get another. The 5 of Pentacles. Yes, you guys. With the 5 of Pentacles, I feel what it's really saying here is that feeling of not being worthy, the feeling of lack. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve to have abundance or peace and love in my life. Absolutely wrong, wrong, wrong. You do deserve all of that. So that's just a reminder to let that energy go. That is something you need to heal. That feeling of lack or not worthy. And then we have the Death card. Oh, how perfect here for the ending. This is death and rebirth. That's what the Death card is. Not meant to be scary. It's meant to let go of what is no longer serving you in your life on any level, whether it's from physical possessions to the way you're feeling, to people, to places, things, right? And then bringing in what does. Replacing it with what does. But you need to make room for what does. You can't try to pile it on what isn't. It doesn't work well that way. So those are your main tarot messages. Let's get one last card, pile one. And then this reading is over. If you know someone who may need to hear this reading, if they're going through any of these things here, or even someone you know that leads by example, maybe even share this with them to say, look, I had this message, it made me think of you. I want you to know that Spirit thinks and is saying that you're on the right path, right? You never know how that could raise someone up and make their day for you to acknowledge that to them. Last card here. What do we have? Air. Work with the element of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. Yes, this is what we're talking about. How you think, how you feel about yourself, or anything that has to do with thoughts that are in that negative, shadowy area. Work with the element of air, meaning, you know, your thoughts, your actions, your words all have an effect on you. So if they're of a negative connotation, then that's what you're drawing in. If they're of positivity, that's what you will be drawing in. It's about having a clear mind of who you are, what you're meant to be, and what it is that you're going to do. So pile one, I hope that you enjoyed this message. It certainly is beautiful. As always, a bit of work to do, but you can do it. It's going to take a bit of time to work through that healing process of releasing and letting go. But once you do, you will feel so much lighter. If you are new here to my channel, please subscribe. For my returning viewers, hello, thank you for being here, and I will see you in your next reading. Hi to those of you who chose pile two, this card, apple of my eye, or the number 2. We're going to look at this towards the end, okay? Right now, we're going to get into your reading. We have Tarot and Oracle that we'll be looking at. We have Tarot and Oracle live at the end. You may find that a message on one of these cards, one line of message, especially on this big one here, could resonate, or it could be all of them. We're talking about messages coming in from your animal spirit guides, or the energy of situations that may come in and around you for this month of October. If you're seeing this past October because you've stumbled across my video, then you can listen to it. These messages are timeless, okay? So, but you will see Halloween cards in here because I'm using some of my Halloween decks because it is for the month of October, but that doesn't matter. First card out, and somewhat the overall energy, but also with messages, is the Owl, and it's magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. We talked about that a bit in pile one. So if that resonates for you, maybe try pile one as well. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Well, it is. We are spiritual beings having an earthly experience, right? We come down here, we incarnate in our human body to learn. And we are full of magic and wisdom because we are, in essence, divine. Okay? So take that. Like I said, it could be any one of those messages for you. Okay? Or it could be all of them. Let's get into the next set here. We have Dolphin Spirit. This and that are true. Oh, I love that card. With the King of Imps. And the King of Imps is the King of Wands, okay? Now, this and that are true. The reason I love this card, I don't get it very often, but I have seen it before. I've also seen this on different cards, this particular phrase, excuse me. And it means open yourself up to seeing things from a different perspective, to have a different perception when it comes to some people's situations or things, right? Because just because you feel one way and believe that to be the truest, the best, the whatever way, doesn't mean that the other way isn't good or equally as good or equally as true. It just may not be the way you think of it. So sometimes we have to compromise here. That's what I think this card is. It's compromise. This and that are true. So always hear someone out, because you never know what lesson you can learn from what it is that they have to share. Okay? And it's choose to know the truth because you can. You don't need to be closed-minded and just one way. And with the King of Imps or the King of Wands, it's really taking on, I love that it's come out with this card, it's taking on that energy of, you know what? You need to see things big picture. You need to have grand visions, grand ideas, and that means that this and that are going to be true when you're looking at things big and grand and passionately and being inspired, right? And that's who he is. So they want you to take on that energy and the energy of Owl here to know that it doesn't just have to be your way or the highway. And when I say at the beginning that these could be situations that are coming up for you, this would be a perfect example. A situation may come up for you this month where you're going to be facing this. And hopefully you'll remember back to this message, right? Next, we have Tiger Spirit. Oh, I love that. The Tiger Guide. Accept your magnificence. And we have Archangel Raphael, an archangel to call on. If you need to, look at how third eye and heart chakra is opened up here. And we're talking apple of my eye. We're talking about third eye, having that intuition, being able to see clearly, see through deception, see beyond the veil, and being open-hearted, I want to say, with what it is that you see. Okay, if you're someone who does have a psychic ability or you're very intuitive, however you want to describe it, be proud of who you are. Don't shy away from it. That's the energy here of the tiger, is accept who you are, accept that you are divine. And of course, it's your birthright to have magic and wisdom. Okay? And to use it in good ways for not only yourself, but the collective. But with your heart chakra being lit up here, I want to say it's accepting other people as well for who they are. All right, let's look at the Death card. I love this because maybe for some of you, the message here is there's somebody in your life that you need to accept them for who they are. Are they a horrible, terrible person? Well, you don't need to maybe accept their behavior, but you do accept them for who they are. If they're a bad, nasty person, then you accept them as that person, okay? But you stop engaging, fighting, doing all of that stuff with them. Maybe it is you have to release them from your life, which is death and rebirth, getting rid of who and what no longer serves you to bring in who and what may serve you, okay? But maybe you do have to see this person for who they are. Maybe you have to see through the truth. You have to see through the deception. You have to accept that maybe they are this, but they're also that, right? So you may have a situation coming up around that this month. Or again, whenever you're seeing this pile. Next, we have Rhinoceros with moderation. And the 10 of Bats, which would be Oh, golly gee whiz. Where's my... I usually have a little card because I can never remember with some of the decks what the bats are. Give me a second until I find it. Ah, here we go. Bats are swords. Yes. Okay, so the bats are swords. So 10 of Swords. That's an ending, okay? That is an ending. And what I want to say here is maybe you've just had a little too much fire and passion and you've been going out and whooping it up a little too much. Maybe you just have a fiery passion for spending, or I don't know, going to the excess. And this needs to come to an end because maybe it's causing you financial difficulties, just in some cases as an example, right? Or it could ring true for someone. Whatever it is, you've been overindulging, and it needs to come to an end because you know what? It's kind of wreaking havoc right now up in your head. Okay, it needs to come to an end. And maybe that ending has already come for you. Some of you, you already realize and haven't done anything about it. And others, this may be your light bulb moment where go, oh geez, that's really me. They want you to live with moderation. They want you to make that with a 32, or that reduces down, we'll say to a 5, right? Which is change. They want you to change this aspect of your life. Maybe a challenge for you to do it, but one small thing. Rather than maybe going out shopping twice a week, you cut it down to once a week, and etc. Once every 2 weeks, whatever it is you need to do. Now we have Walrus. Remain vigilant about the current situation. Pay attention to signs and omens and let them dictate your choices. Again, it's trusting that intuition. It's being aware of what's around you. It's seeing through the smoke and mirrors, maybe in some cases, that is around you. We have Queen of Pumpkins here too. Again, pay attention to signs and omens and let them dictate your choices. Those signs and omens are coming in from spirit. You know how we get, or you'll hear people say, I was, when something bad is about to happen and they said, you know what, for some reason, I didn't want to walk out into that dark parking lot by myself, so I asked someone from the store to walk with me. And then a few days later, you hear about someone being attacked in that parking lot, okay? It's that kind of thing. It's paying attention to the niggles, to the gut feelings, to whatever pops in to help you make choices that are best for you. And with the Queen of Pumpkins, that is exactly her. That's not panicking. That's staying grounded, okay? That is... Well, it's just being grounded and knowing that you can trust that intuition, your owl magic here, okay? It's knowing that you can trust it. That's what the Queen of Pentacles is here for me with this. It's being grounded, knowing that you can trust yourself and your intuition. Now let's look at Apple of My Eye. This card has come out so many times in my Halloween or, October themed reading, Halloween readings. Not all that's alluring may be what it seems. See beyond the illusion. Okay, there is something coming up for you, pile 2 here, where, if I've been calling you pile 1, I'm sorry. Pile 2, where your intuition, your gut, you need to be on, I want to say high alert, but not in a bad way. I just feel that maybe there's some smoke and mirrors around you. Maybe someone is trying to pull the wool over your eyes in a situation. Just be aware. Take this message as your sign, as your omen, okay? And to really let your gut, your intuition speak to you. Let's look at some tarot for further clarification, confirmation. And like I said, one of these I feel like this is a repeating message here in 3 cards, so definitely. But the other messages may be the ones that ring truer to you, okay? Let's get 3 tarot here. 2 of Swords. Excellent. Knave of Swords. which is the page, I do believe. And the Sun. Well, I want to just start out here with the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords really is making a decision. It's not allowing yourself to be blindfolded and unable to see what direction, because I think of the swords as pointing in a direction, is best for you. Okay? So take off that blindfold. We're talking about being able to see clearly here with your intuition, past deception, illusion, the smoke and mirrors, you know, whatever it may be that's happening with you. When we come to the Knave of Swords, or as I believe, it's either going to be the Knight or the Page, but either way, I don't even want to read it as that. I want to read what's on the card. By unlocking your third eye, by activating it, by learning to be grounded in yourself and trusting your intuition is going to, look at this keyhole, there's light shining through it. You take the key, you unlock the door, I believe, to a whole new world. Accept your magnificence, who you are. If you are a psychic or an intuitive or do any kind of work in the esoteric and the metaphysical, in the occult practices, then accept that and be who you truly are. Look at the light. I want to say it's like this door opened and here's the tiger walking through it, right? So that's very important. And with the Sun is let the sun shine on you. Also, let the sun illuminate all of this smoke and mirrors that may be going on around you. And it may be something that's already happened. We can also, remember, it can also be that way too. It may be happening right now. It's something that could be happening or may happen further down the line. Okay? But ask Spirit, okay, to come in and help you to see, to help illuminate that third eye of yours to what's going on around you. You work together in unison. Okay, let's get one last oracle card here for you, pile two. What beautiful messages. Like I said, there's nothing here. Oh, that one came out. I don't feel there's anything here to be fearful of. What I just want to say, I shouldn't have said high alert, just be on alert, okay? Right? I think it said be vigilant. There you go. There's a better word. Self-confidence, strong self-belief, and a sense of worth. Yes, accept who you are. Accept that you are the owl and you have magic. Accept that you are the tiger and you are magnificent. Accept it and be confident in it. All right, pile two, those are your messages. If you enjoyed these cards, if you enjoyed the message, throw me a thumbs up. It always helps with my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I love doing themed readings. You can see my animal theme along with my Halloween theme. I do many of them, so please subscribe. If you're one of my return viewers, hi, thank you. And if you know someone who may need to hear this message because you know them to be intuitive and they always have been, but they maybe are afraid to accept it or don't see it within themselves, or you know someone who may be in a situation where people are being deceptive or trying to pull the wool over their eyes, then how about sending them, share this message with them. They may need to hear it, knowing that it's coming from God's source universe or their guides. Okay? Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Hi to those of you who chose pile 3, this card, Coven, or the number 9. We're going to look at this card at the end, so I'm just going to set it aside. But welcome to your Animal Spirit Guide pick-a-card reading for October. However, it is timeless, so if you're seeing this after October of 2023, that means the message was meant for you at this time, okay? We're going to be doing Oracle and Tarot with live tarot and oracle at the end. We have different messages in here. Some may resonate. All of them may resonate. It could be energies coming in and around you or situations that you may face at this time, okay? But let's get started. And I am using my Halloween decks for the month of October. I'm incorporating them into my regular readings as well. So first card out is Cougar, assertive. You may find one of these sentences or all of them to resonate with you. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and the confidence to succeed. So like I said, it could be one of those things. It could be all of those things for you. And maybe in order to find this power, it is in silence, where you have to go to meditation, spending time alone with yourself, some quiet time, some downtime. Because if you are a leader here, it's saying, claim your leadership role. So for some of you, that literally is a message, okay, and take action. But you may need time. I don't know. I'm just feeling that you may be the type of person here, pile 3, who needs time to really plan or to sort out or to really think about what it is that you need to do to take action, to do what it is you need to do to succeed. Next card out we have is Porcupine Spirit. Time for the beginner mind, or time for beginner mind. With Judgment. Well, when I see time for beginner mind, you know what I always think of are pages in the tarot, right? Because they are so young and fresh and full of vigor and wanting to learn and inspired and passionate about things. And, you know, they want to be the best that they can be, and they have new ideas, and they're just kind of hopping all over the place, right? I feel that maybe going back to here with claim your leadership role, you may almost, I said you may have to sit out, and for some of you that would be it. For others of you, maybe it's time for beginner mind to go back to what it felt like, say when you, if it's in a job or your career, right? And you first started and how inspired you felt, right? You may need to go back to that feeling to get the inspiration again. And with Judgment here, what I'm really feeling is, you know, this is a time for you to level up. It could be that there is a promotion in the works for you, because it says here too, claim your leadership role and take action. So I feel this is a time for you to maybe be climbing the ladder, to be moving up to the next position, to be building your solid foundation. Now, I'm talking about work here, but it could be in anything. If you play on a sports team, maybe you were the spare, I don't know what else you call it, the, oh my heavens, you know, when they switch out the players. Oh, I'm having a total mind blank. But anyway, you're kind of like the backup that goes in, right? You're like the backup goalie in hockey. You're like the backup goalie. Maybe it's time for you to step up and take a leadership role. And the next thing you know, you start to make the starting line a little more often. You're not just the sub. There's the word I was thinking of. Okay? And you may, and when I say you'll experience situations, think of the things I'm talking about as in there may be a situation that comes up for you this month, which is that opportunity to step up. Maybe it's going to be the opportunity to sit and plan, okay? Or maybe someone's going to literally come to you, and that is the opportunity for you to make your rise, all right? We have Ladybird here, or Ladybug, as we call them here in Canada anyway. Accept happiness and good fortune. Archangel, and I cannot pronounce this name, so I'll just hold the card up to you, okay? If you are having a problem where you're not feeling so happy, you're not feeling so fortunate, call on Archangel P. I'm going to call them here because I don't know how to pronounce that. And we have the King of Pumpkins. Well, who is more prosperous than the King of Pumpkins or the King of Pentacles? He is full of abundance. He is disciplined. He is hardworking. He is rich and prosperous at times. Maybe not always in money, but certainly when it comes to things or just well-being. So take on that energy if you're looking to find your happiness and good fortune. But it also says here, accept happiness and good fortune. So if you've been working hard, if you've been disciplined, if you've been the leader in something, and see, we're coming back to leadership again here. If you are the leader in your life and you've been the leader and you've led yourself to good fortune and happiness, accept it. Accept a job well done. Okay. And again, that there could be a situation that comes up where you're going to be, oh no, it's no big deal. No, accept it. Accept that you did a good job and that you caused something good to happen. Next card down here we have is Honeybee with, when it's on the dark printing, Reciprocity. Okay. With Honeybee. And the Devil. This is a message for some of you, just simply, you know what? You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, okay? And that's how we should be with people. That's just an easy way to say it, right? It's do unto others as you would want done unto you. Well, I'm throwing that in there, but it really is about the golden rule. You just expand upon it, where if someone shows you an act of kindness, and if you're not able to show it to them because maybe they did it and and skipped away, then you show an act of kindness to someone else. If someone does something good for you, then you do something good for them in return. But what should never happen is feeling obligated, when someone makes you feel obligated to do something good for them. When they haven't done anything good for you, they just simply think they deserve it, and they're making you feel obligated or guilting you into doing it. That's what that devil energy would be. So you want to avoid that. You also want to avoid being that person. Look, we all have our moments, everyone. It's not just you, pile 3, where, you expect other people to do for you and you don't do anything for them in return. So, you know what? You work through that, you learn the lessons, but it really should be a this for that, okay? Really, really. And don't ever make anyone feel like it's owed or like they're trapped or like you own them to do it, okay? Next, we have the Goose. Take time to rest and recuperate rather than continuing your striving. I love that this card is coming right out under this one where we talked about you being hardworking, or maybe you've put a lot of hard work into something, and up here it was talking about, and for that reason, celebrate yourself, Don't be afraid to accept happiness and good fortune into your life. You deserve it. Down here, they're saying maybe you might want to take a little bit of time out because you have been working hard. Now, that doesn't mean that you're taking time off from work and you're on a permanently long scheduled vacation. No, it just means maybe you've been putting in long hours and now you can just go back to a regular 7.5 to 8 hour workday rather than a 12 to 14 hour workday or more. Okay, it's that kind of thing. When you have the opportunity to just rest and be with yourself and do something that you love to do on the side, maybe it's going out with friends and having a nice meal. It really can be anything, right? But that is you recuperating. So that is you feeding your soul. With the High Priestess, I want to say, listen to your intuition, listen to your body, listen to your thoughts. What are they telling you? Because not every thought is generated from you. Some of it is generated from spirit, God's source universe, the animal spirit guides, your other guides. They're sending messages, those little nudges through to you. And it's you learning how to discern whether it is a nudge, whether it's spirit, it's a download, it's a message, or whether it's just your own thoughts based on ego, or even heart-based. We want those two to work together. So you don't want it to be thoughts that are coming from too much of an emotional place or thoughts coming in too much from ego. You want that to be balanced. But you do need to learn how to discern whether it is spirit talking, and it's a sign or an omen, or whether it is yourself talking. Okay, let's look at Coven here. I am you and you are me. When we come together, we are all we seek. I love that. To me, that is friendship. That is family, friends, right? Groups coming together, spending time. Maybe your downtime with people you enjoy. Maybe it's the group, the coven that you belong to. Maybe back here it's celebrating your good fortune with others. Over here, it could be, like I said, you do for me, I do for you. In this, it makes me think we have each other's backs. Okay? Let's look at some tarot to go along with those cards for clarification, confirmation, or further guidance. I love the messages here for you, pile 3. There's many different things that could pop up for you, or many things that you could work on and do, like spending more time with friends or family, taking advantage of success, claiming your rung on the ladder, right? We have King of Cups. King of Cups, I love that the owl is here too, because the King of Cups is just wise and calm and emotionally balanced. You know, I don't know, he's just, I mean, I love all the different kings for who they are, but the King of Cups, I think, is just, you know, that person who's just calm yet wise. They're always diplomatic in situations. They're always even-tempered no matter what's happening. Okay? Oh, this card just came out. Maybe they're asking you to take on that energy. Ooh, I love this card, the 8 of Wands. This is you deciding here if you're going to step up and do what you need to do to succeed, having that courage and confidence to do it. Taking aim and going after it, okay? Or with your ideas, right? Going back to that beginner mind to rise up, taking aim and going after it. Here, with the good fortune and happiness, I think this is just confirmation that you did take aim, so therefore you know how to do that, okay? If you see an opportunity to rest and recuperate, right? Do it. And then we have the King of Pentacles. That is the King of Pentacles coming out twice here now. Again, he's the king that's just kind of the steady Eddie. But he's hardworking, remember, right? He's a leader, he's hardworking, and he's disciplined. He is the energy that got you the success. He's also the energy that's going to help you climb and get more success. Or if you haven't had any yet, to get to work towards it, to take aim and work towards it. You want that disciplined energy behind you. Okay? You want that hardworking energy behind you, pile 3. Let's do one last card here, and then we are done. So if you like these cards, if you like the reading, the energy, please give me that thumbs up. It helps with my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe, okay? One enchanted evening, the perfect night. Ooh, this could be so many things. The perfect night. Is that just a perfect night because it's when you got the promotion and you went home and you were able to celebrate with friends? Is it that you and your friends are helping each other do something and it's just the perfect night? You finally took some downtime. It became the perfect night. Again, acknowledge it when it happens, okay? For my returning viewers here, thank you so much. My regular subscriber, or my subscribers, my regular viewers. And if you know someone that maybe needs to hear this message, then please pass it along to them. It would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you in your next reading.